fabulous show.
Alaska.
I Heartbeat Alaska.
It's Heartbeat. Alaska.
Pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
You hear it from Sitka to Barrow. Gather around for Jeanie's show. It's the Aleut, the Indian, and the Eskimo. It's the Aleut, the Indian, and the Eskimo.
Welcome one, welcome all.
Hello everyone and welcome to Heartbeat Alaska. I'm Jeanie Greene. Thank you so much for joining me. Every week we travel to remote villages across the north. It's the only program of its kind in the world. We travel to villages and share the lives of the good people who live there. On today's program, we travel to a village whose graveyard is just on the outskirts of town. We'll also visit a sod home, a traditional home, the way they used to live years and years ago. By the way, this village is also the northwestern point of the United States. Where are we going? Point Hope, Alaska, stomping grounds of my grandfather, Tony Jewell.
Heartbeat Alaska is made possible by Inupiaq Carlisle Transportation, your full-service transportation and logistics company.
Heartbeat Alaska is also brought to you by Frontier Flying Service. Thank you, Frontier, for getting Heartbeat Alaska airborne.
A special thank you to Scan Home and Scan Office Furnishings. And thank you, Alaska Commercial Company, for your support.
Point Hope is very unique in its own way, when you see the whole picture written, when you get to know Point Hope and see how they interact amongst themselves, their culture, their history, being whale hunters for 2,500 years, the traditions that come with whaling is still practiced, how we mark a whale, how the different feasts, how the feast is done. The ceremonial grounds is passed down from generation to generation.
Point Hope is located near the tip of Point Hope Peninsula, a large gravel spit that forms the westernmost extension of the northwestern Alaskan coast, 330 miles southwest of Barrow.
Okay, we are heading farthest northwest you could go on North America here. It's a very western point of Point Hope. It's they say it's the farthest northwest in Alaska, and it's also the farthest northwest in the North American continent. But we have a lot of currents, a lot of animals that come to our ocean. A lot of currents. We have a lot of, we have seals, walrus, fish, whales, beluga.
By 1848, commercial whaling activities brought an influx of Westerners, many of whom employed Point Hope villagers. By the late 1880s, the whalers established shore-based whaling stations, such as Jabbertown. These disappeared with the demise of whaling in the early 1900s. In the early 1970s, the village moved to a new site just east of the old village because of erosion and periodic storm surge flooding. Most of the housing was moved on runners to the new site. New houses were constructed by the borough and individuals. Today, the erosion problem is at the forefront of Point Hope's concerns.
They moved Point Hope in 1976 and 77 because of the flooding out towards the point. And As you see, you could see the ocean in the background. When I was growing up here, you couldn't even see the ocean. It's eroding fast. You know, that's one problem we have here in Point Hope. We have an erosion problem that's taking away a lot of our history. Right now, what's left is only about 3% of this village of Inupiaq. 97% is out in the ocean. For many years, we have tried to get the senators and governors to help support Point Hope in fighting this erosion problem that we have. And for many years, we tried to stop it, and we still see open areas, and we still see our land being taken away by the ocean. We haven't gotten any funding. In the years past, they always said that there was, in order to have money to stop an erosion, you had to have something valuable. Well, you know, back in the old days, it was sod houses. You know, this to me is priceless. Having these old ceremonial whaling grounds, we've been here for thousands of years. This is a priceless area that is, we're the oldest continuing inhabitants on North America, and we're seeing it washed away before our very eyes.
Erosion is not a problem specific to Point Hope. All along the Alaska Peninsula, erosion is threatening many native communities. But even closer to home, Point Hope is dealing with the loss of their people due to circumstances beyond their control.
We still have a lot of health issues that we're trying to take care of, a lot of high rate of cancer, stuff like that. And we have young people dying of cancer. We always heard of Project Chariot. You know, the Army was here in the 50s. They did a bunch of tests. They did the iodine 131. They wanted to do an atomic bomb explosion over by Cape Thompson to build a deep water harbor.
The underwater atomic detonation met resistance by locals, but other military testing is believed to be one of the causes of the high rates of cancer in Point Hope.
A lot of our elders died of cancer, a lot of our young people, a few of our young people. I had a good buddy at the age of 29 that passed away of stomach cancer. We had a young girl at 20-something that died of cancer. I could probably go through this graveyard, and there's quite a few of them that should have lived a longer life but didn't due to cancer. A lot of our elders that were still kind of young that died of cancer.
Whale bones serve as monuments for those who have passed on, reminders of a tie to the land and waters that have been a part of their culture forever.
It's a whalebone graveyard of the Point Hope people. The Point Hope people buried their people above ground like the Indians on whalebone racks. Their belongings would be below them. Their stuff that was real vital throughout their survival in the Arctic. Their bows, their arrows, their harpoon, their walking stick they would knock, their knives. They would break them down below and break them and lay them below them, so that, you know, when he died, that, you know, that the spirit went free with him. The whalebones, you know, when you see them, you know, they catch your eye, and they remain, you know, everything is just, you wonder, you know, in the back of your mind, you know, how it was and how they did, you know, how they survived in this harsh environment. Being whale hunters for 2,500 years, the traditions that come with whaling is still practiced. You're talking a lot of history here, a lot of whales, out of culture. I was born in a wooden sod house that they were moving out of the whalebone sod house in 1962, May. But I have a lot of memories there. I mean, these are all whale jaw bones. 2 bones is 1 whale. Oh, you're talking probably 30 whales in here. I grew up with my grandparents quite a bit. Went fishing with them quite a bit. It was very healthy. There wasn't that much drugs and alcohol here. The main foods that was in our store, we didn't have very much candy. We didn't have very much junk food.
It was a life that was based on subsistence, whale, seal, and whatever the earth could provide. Today, however, that lifestyle is changing as the earth warms.
The Tikiakmi people are like, we live in a cycle, you know. We've always done things in this certain cycle of hunting at different seasons, hunting different animals to prepare for that time when we're out on the ice, to make sure we have enough skins to keep warm, to have enough food to spend time out on the ice, and you know, animals that we prepare, like the ugruk skin, to put on our skin boats. But we see this change that is coming before us. It's like the weather is changing, the currents are changing, we're seeing different things washing up on our beaches, where we notice the ice isn't as thick as it is. And we also see the currents, you know, they say the currents are going to change, and you know, what is it going to do for us? You know, it's going to bring different animals to us. What is it going to do with the existing animals that come to us already? You know, are going to be animals coming from other places, or, you know, we notice that it takes longer for our ocean to freeze, you know, in the fall time. It's later, you know, it's sometimes in late October, early November. I mean, that's late, you know, to finally get ice. We have open water in December sometimes, you know. Sometimes even in February, they seen whales in February when we don't actually see them till April. I mean, we're talking a couple months earlier. And I know, you know, there should be some studies done on the climate change in the Arctic, which is probably a big thing right now. I've heard it in the news of global warming and what it's doing to the Arctic and the ice pack and everything else. But here in Point Hope, we do see a lot of changes. We do feel it, and we're concerned about it.
Concerns include whether or not future generations will be able to continue traditions, or will the people of Point Hope have to move with the whales? These are all ongoing concerns of residents, concerns that will take time to answer.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above, ye heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Holy Ghost.
The Point Hope people go through a cycle. There's a cycle of life that we have that's been a cycle for us for thousands of years, you know, hundreds of years. You know, there's always something to do every month. There's always something to prepare for. Whether it's hunting the ugruk skins and preparing the skins, hunting the ugruk for our skin boats, for our food supply, for our meat, preparing the ice cellars, catching the fish, picking berries. Every month there's always something that is hunted. in order for us to prepare for the dark months, for the winter, for the cold nights, for the feasts that will happen, for the celebrations, for the whale and all the animals, the gift of everything. During the dark months, we have a lot of games of endurance, of strength, and sharing and giving and feeding each other. The food that we got off from the land, the ocean, the sky, you know, the respect for all God's creations, you know, for without them we wouldn't be who we are.
The Fun Run, an annual race to kick off the new school year. Contestants of all ages compete in the Fun Run, including elders who compete in the gag race, where the #1 place winner receives a broken TV remote. This Fun Run from September 2005 was followed by an award ceremony and potluck, where locals came together for feasting and dancing. After the awards were handed out, the drumming began.
Be strong in who you are, you know your culture, know your history, know your grandparents or your parents' songs and dances. Don't let them die with them. When they go, some people don't dance them, and they lose those songs because nobody dances as we don't sing them. And a lot of the songs are dying because some of their families don't dance. And that's why we always, you know, we go in school and we want the students to know where they come from, know who they are. You know, we're one of the oldest continuous inhabitants on North America. We've been doing this for thousands of years. Don't let this generation lose it.
Thank you, everyone, for joining me for Heartbeat Alaska. I'm Jeanie Greene. I'd love to hear from you. Why don't you call me? And hey, if you're in town Christmas shopping or just plain old shopping and you recognize me, won't you come up and say hello? I'd love to meet you and find out where you're from. God bless every one of you. See you again next week.
Today is my birthday, so we're going to have a party. We're going to watch some wonderful music videos, some of my favorites, some of yours. And also, I'll throw in an old favorite story or two. It's going to be a fun show, and welcome to my birthday party.
It's a heartbeat louder than thunder. It's a heartbeat louder than thunder. It's a heartbeat louder than thunder. Happy birthday, Jeanie Greene.
It's a heartbeat louder than thunder. Revolution is in the air.
Hi, I'm Jackie Andrew with Heartbeat Alaska. We're in Palmer, Alaska at the Alaska State Fair. Come join us and celebrate Jeanie Greene's birthday.
Hi, this is Janet Lestenkoff Flanders. We're from Trapper Creek, Alaska, and we wanted to say happy birthday to you, Jeanie. Here's my daughter, Sheila. To my left, my son, Lauren, and my son, Brian. Thank you for all the wonderful years that you've given us with Heartbeat Alaska. Happy birthday to you.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeanie Greene. Happy birthday to you.
I'd like to say happy birthday to Jeanie Greene and hi to everybody in Bethel.
My name is Sulamai Seve. I come from American Samoa. And hi, how are you?
My name's Alethea Cuffle. I come from Hollywood, California, and I want to say hi to my mom in California.
Hi, my name's Amanda. I'm from St. Mary's originally. I'd like to say hi to my family and my brother and sisters and my parents and all my friends.
Hi, my name is Candace Omnick, and I'm from Point Hope, and I'd like to say hi to my parents. Hi.
Happy birthday, Jeanie! Happy birthday!
I am Brenda. I am Laura.
Hello, this is Polar Express. We're a barbershop quartet from Anchorage, Alaska, and we're going to sing Happy Birthday to Jeanie. And here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeanie. Happy birthday to you.
I would like to introduce to you Priscilla Coolidge, Laura Satterfield, and Rita Coolidge.
When they
Hi, my name is AJ Nakop. I'm from Point Lay, Alaska. And I'd like to say hi to my grandma and auntie and uncles, cousins. Happy birthday.